What if I told you that adventure doesn't have an expiration date? That the thrill of exploring new places, meeting new people, and creating memories can still be yours to enjoy without breaking the bank? If you've ever thought that travel is just for the young or wealthy, I'm here to tell you that's simply not true. In fact, traveling after 60 can be one of the most rewarding times of your life. You've earned it, and there are so many ways to do it affordably. Hi there, welcome back to our channel, where we focus on making life richer, fuller, and more fulfilling at every age. Today we're diving into something I know a lot of you have been asking about: budget-friendly adventures for travelers over 60. Whether you're dreaming of strolling through cobblestone streets in Europe, soaking up the sun on a tropical beach, or simply taking a road trip closer to home, this video is for you. Over the next few minutes, we'll go over some practical tips to help you plan trips that are not only exciting, but also easy on your wallet. Now, before we get started, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to truly relax and enjoy yourself when you're not worrying about money? That's the goal here, to give you tools and strategies so you can focus on what really matters: the experience. So, grab a cup of coffee or tea, sit back, and let's dive in. Let's start with the first step to planning any great trip: timing. When you retire or slow down from work, you suddenly have more flexibility than ever before. And guess what? That flexibility can save you a ton of money. Traveling during off-peak seasons, those months when everyone else seems too busy or tied up to go anywhere, can make a huge difference. For example, instead of heading to Paris in June when hotels are packed and prices skyrocket, why not visit in late September or early October? The weather is still lovely, the crowds are thinner, and everything from flights to accommodations tends to cost less. But wait, I know what some of you might be thinking. Isn't fall a busy time for family visits or holidays? Absolutely, and that's why it's all about finding the sweet spot. Late September, early November, even January or February outside of major holiday weekends, these are often overlooked times that offer fantastic deals. Plus, imagine walking through a charming European village without having to jostle through throngs of tourists. Sounds peaceful, doesn't it? Another thing to consider when planning your timing is midweek travel. Flying out on a Tuesday instead of a Friday, or booking a hotel stay Sunday through Thursday rather than over the weekend can lead to significant savings. Airlines and hotels know that business travelers typically fly Monday through Thursday, which means weekends are premium priced. Flip that around and you could score a bargain. It's like getting insider knowledge that helps you stretch your travel budget further. Now, let's talk about another game changer: senior discounts. Did you know that many airlines, hotels, rental car companies, and even attractions offer special rates for travelers over 60? Some of these discounts aren't advertised loudly, so it pays to ask. Or better yet, do a little research ahead of time. For instance, Amtrak offers a 10% discount to seniors, and several cruise lines have similar perks. Even museums and national parks sometimes waive entrance fees or provide reduced pricing for older adults. These small savings add up quickly, especially if you're planning multiple legs of your journey. Here's a pro tip: don't be shy about asking for discounts. Sometimes they won't be listed online or mentioned by customer service reps unless prompted. A simple question like, "Do you offer any senior rates?" can open doors you didn't even realize were there. And trust me, no one will judge you for trying to save a few bucks. It's smart, savvy, and totally worth it. Speaking of being savvy, let's shift gears slightly and chat about packing light. Now, I know this might sound basic, but hear me out, because it's a big deal. Many airlines charge extra for checked baggage these days, and lugging heavy suitcases around isn't exactly fun when you're trying to enjoy your vacation. By sticking to carry-on luggage, you can avoid those pesky fees and make your travel smoother overall. The key to packing light is preparation. Start by making a list of essentials: clothes, toiletries, medications, and then pare it down. Ask yourself, do I really need 3 pairs of shoes? Can I mix and match outfits to create variety with fewer items? Will my phone double as a camera? Or do I need to bring along a separate device? Once you've streamlined your list, roll your clothes instead of folding them. It saves space, and use packing cubes to keep things organized. Trust me, once you master the art of traveling light, you'll wonder how you ever managed otherwise. Now that we've covered timing, senior discounts, and packing light, let's move on to one of my favorite topics: using loyalty programs to maximize your travel benefits. Loyalty programs are gold mines for budget-conscious travelers, and they're easier to join than you might think. Most airlines, hotels, and even credit cards offer rewards programs that let you earn points toward free flights, stays, or other perks. The trick is consistency, sticking with one or two programs rather than spreading yourself thin across dozens. For example, signing up for a frequent flyer program with your preferred airline allows you to accumulate miles every time you fly. Over time, those miles can translate into free tickets or upgrades. Similarly, hotel loyalty programs often reward repeat guests with free nights, room upgrades, or access to exclusive lounges. And don't forget about credit card rewards. Many cards offer bonus points for everyday purchases like groceries or gas, which can then be redeemed for travel expenses. Just be sure to read the fine print and understand any annual fees involved. By now, you're probably starting to see how all these pieces fit together. Timing your trips wisely, taking advantage of senior discounts, packing efficiently, and leveraging loyalty programs. All of these strategies work hand in hand to help you travel smarter and cheaper. But we're just getting started. Next, we'll explore how to find affordable accommodations and transportation options that suit your needs perfectly. Stay tuned, because this is where things get really interesting. So, while you're thinking about all the amazing places you'd love to visit, remember that the journey itself can be just as enjoyable as the destination. With a little planning and creativity, you can turn your dream trip into a reality without stressing about your finances. Keep watching, and let's keep building that ultimate guide to budget-friendly adventures for travelers over 60. Now that we've covered timing, discounts, packing light, and loyalty programs, let's dive into one of the biggest expenses of any trip: accommodations. Where you stay can make or break your travel experience, not just in terms of comfort, but also cost. The good news is there are plenty of options out there beyond the traditional hotel room, many of which cater perfectly to travelers over 60 who value both affordability and convenience. First up, let's talk about vacation rentals. Platforms like Airbnb, Vrbo, and even local agencies offer homes, apartments, or cottages that often come with more space and amenities than a standard hotel room. For example, imagine staying in a cozy apartment in Tuscany with a kitchen where you can whip up your own meals instead of eating out for every single meal. Not only does this save money, but it also gives you a chance to live like a local, which can be such a rewarding experience. Plus, many vacation rentals include perks like laundry facilities, free Wi-Fi, and sometimes even bikes or kayaks to explore the area. And here's the best part: because these properties are usually owned by individuals, they're often priced lower than hotels, especially if you're traveling with a partner or a small group and can split the cost. But what if you're looking for something even more budget-friendly? That's where hostels, guest houses, and homestays come in. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, hostels? Aren't those just for backpackers? Well, not anymore. Many hostels now offer private rooms specifically designed for older travelers, complete with ensuite bathrooms and comfortable beds. They're clean, safe, and a great way to meet fellow adventurers while saving a bundle. Guest houses, on the other hand, are smaller, family-run establishments that provide a homey atmosphere and personalized service. You'll often find them in charming towns or rural areas, making them perfect for slower-paced trips. Homestays take it a step further by letting you stay with a local family, giving you an authentic glimpse into their culture and daily life. These options not only keep costs low, but also create opportunities for connection and meaningful experiences. Of course, if you're someone who prefers the familiarity and reliability of a hotel, don't worry. There are ways to save there too. One trick is to book directly through the hotel's website rather than third-party sites like Expedia or Booking.com. Why? Because hotels often offer exclusive deals or perks like free breakfast or late checkout when you book directly with them. Another tip is to consider boutique hotels or bed and breakfasts instead of big chains. These smaller properties tend to have more character and charm, and they're often competitively priced since they don't have the same overhead costs as larger hotels. Plus, the staff at these places are usually eager to share insider tips about the best spots to visit nearby. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about transportation. Getting around during your travels doesn't have to drain your wallet either. Whether you're exploring a new city or hopping between destinations, there are plenty of affordable and even fun ways to get from point A to point B. Public transportation is always a great option, especially in cities. Trains, buses, trams, and subways are not only inexpensive, but also give you a real sense of the local rhythm. In fact, riding public transit can be an adventure in itself. Just think about gliding through Paris on the metro or zipping across Tokyo on the Shinkansen. It's all part of the journey. If public transport isn't your thing, rideshare services like Uber or Lyft are widely available in most major cities and can be surprisingly affordable, especially if you're splitting the fare with a travel companion. Many countries also have their own versions of ride-sharing apps, so it's worth checking out what's available wherever you're headed. And speaking of companions, carpooling or joining organized tours can be another smart way to cut costs. Group transportation is often cheaper per person than renting a car or hiring a private driver, and it takes the stress out of navigating unfamiliar roads. For those who prefer a bit more independence, renting a car can still be a viable option if you plan wisely. Look for companies that offer senior discounts or weekly rates, and always compare prices across different rental agencies before booking. Also, consider whether you really need a full-size vehicle or if a compact car will do. Smaller cars are easier to park and typically cost less in fuel and rental fees. And remember, parking in city centers can be pricey, so factor that into your decision. Sometimes it's better to rely on public transport or taxis within the city and only rent a car for day trips to nearby attractions. Another creative solution is using bicycles or e-scooters to explore your surroundings. Many cities now have bike sharing programs or scooter rentals that let you zip around town for just a few dollars. Not only is this eco-friendly, but it's also a fantastic way to stay active while seeing the sights up close. Of course, if biking or scootering isn't your style, walking is always a wonderful alternative. There's something magical about wandering through a new place on foot. You notice details you'd miss otherwise, like hidden cafes, quirky shops, and friendly locals along the way. Now let's circle back to the idea of combining transportation and accommodation for maximum savings. Have you ever considered a road trip? Traveling by car allows you to set your own pace and discover hidden gems off the beaten path. You can camp under the stars, stay in motels, or mix things up with a combination of vacation rentals and hotels along the route. Road trips are particularly appealing for couples or groups of friends who want to share the adventure and the costs. Plus, with apps like Gas Buddy helping you find the cheapest fuel prices and RV Share offering affordable motorhome rentals, hitting the open road has never been easier or more budget-friendly. Before we wrap up this section, I want to touch on one final piece of advice: flexibility. Staying flexible with your plans can lead to some incredible opportunities. For instance, if you're open to changing your itinerary based on last-minute deals, you might snag a flight or hotel room at a fraction of the original price. Websites like Scott's Cheap Flights or apps like Hopper can alert you to flash sales and price drops, giving you the chance to jump on amazing bargains. Similarly, being willing to adjust your travel dates by a day or two can sometimes result in significant savings. Flexibility isn't just about money, it's also about embracing spontaneity and keeping an open mind. After all, some of the best memories come from unexpected detours and unplanned adventures. As we move forward, let's take everything we've discussed so far: timing, discounts, packing, loyalty programs, accommodations, and transportation, and tie it all together with the focus on creating unforgettable experiences without overspending. In the next part of our conversation, we'll delve into how to make the most of your time on the ground, from finding free or low-cost activities to connecting with locals and immersing yourself in the culture. Trust me, these tips will help ensure your travels are not only affordable, but also deeply enriching. So stick around because the best is yet to come. Now that we've covered the logistics of timing, accommodations, transportation, and saving money along the way, let's shift our focus to what truly makes travel special, the experiences. The truth is, some of the most memorable moments don't come with a hefty price tag. In fact, many of the best things in life and on your travels are either free or cost very little. This part of our journey is all about helping you create unforgettable adventures without feeling like you're overspending. Let's start with one of my favorite topics, exploring local culture for next to nothing. Whether you're visiting a bustling city or a quiet countryside village, there are countless ways to immerse yourself in the heart and soul of a place without spending much at all. One of the easiest ways to do this is by simply walking around. Take a self-guided walking tour through historic neighborhoods, markets, or waterfront areas. Many cities even offer free maps or audio guides online, so you can learn about landmarks and hidden gems as you go. If you're not sure where to start, ask locals for recommendations. They'll often point you towards spots that aren't overrun with tourists, but are rich in charm and character. Another fantastic option is visiting museums and galleries on free admission days. Yes, you heard me right. Many museums around the world have specific days or hours when entry is free or pay what you can. For example, London's iconic British Museum doesn't charge an entrance fee, and New York City has a pay-as-you-wish policy at several institutions during certain times. Even if you're not a museum buff, these places are treasure troves of history, art, and inspiration, and they're perfect for rainy days or when you just want to slow down and take it all in. And speaking of slowing down, parks and gardens are another wonderful and often free way to soak up the beauty of a destination. From Central Park in New York to the Royal Botanic Gardens in Melbourne, green spaces provide a peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle while giving you a chance to connect with nature. Many parks also host free events like concerts, outdoor movie screenings, or guided tours. Keep an eye out for community bulletin boards or local event calendars. You'd be surprised how much fun you can have without spending a dime. Of course, no trip would be complete without indulging in the local cuisine. Food is such an integral part of any culture, and sampling regional dishes is one of the simplest joys of traveling. But dining out for every meal can add up quickly, especially in touristy areas where prices tend to be inflated. So here's a tip: mix it up. Enjoy a few splurge-worthy meals at highly recommended restaurants, but also seek out street food stalls, farmers markets, or grocery stores to try authentic flavors at a fraction of the cost. Street food, in particular, is often made fresh daily and gives you a true taste of what locals love to eat. Plus, eating outdoors adds to the whole experience. It's casual, lively, and full of energy. If cooking is something you enjoy, consider renting a vacation rental with a kitchen and preparing some of your meals yourself. Not only does this save money, but it also lets you experiment with local ingredients and recipes. I remember staying in a small apartment in Italy once and picking up fresh pasta, olive oil, and tomatoes from a nearby market. Cooking dinner together turned into such a fun activity, and it felt amazing to savor something we'd created using ingredients straight from the region. But let's not forget about connecting with people, that human element that makes travel so deeply rewarding. Building connections with locals can transform your trip from ordinary to extraordinary. One simple way to do this is by attending community events or festivals. These gatherings are usually low cost or free and give you a front row seat to traditions, music, dance, and celebrations unique to the area. It's also a great opportunity to strike up conversations with residents who are proud to share their heritage. Don't worry if you're shy. Locals are often thrilled to see visitors genuinely interested in their culture, and a warm smile or polite question can go a long way. For those who want to dive deeper, consider joining a volunteer project or taking a class during your travels. Many organizations offer short-term volunteering opportunities that allow you to contribute to meaningful causes while meeting new people. Similarly, signing up for a cooking class, pottery workshop, or language lesson can open doors to friendships and insights you wouldn't otherwise encounter. And here's the kicker: these activities are often affordable because they're run by passionate individuals rather than large corporations. They're also a fantastic way to bring home skills or stories that remind you of your adventure long after you've returned. Now let's talk about souvenirs. We all love bringing back mementos from our trips, but it's easy to overspend on trinkets that end up collecting dust. Instead, think about investing in experiences or practical items that hold real value. For instance, instead of buying a mass-produced keychain, why not purchase handmade goods directly from artisans? Supporting local craftspeople not only ensures you're getting something unique, but also helps sustain traditional skills and livelihoods. Alternatively, consider collecting postcards or stamps, which are inexpensive yet meaningful reminders of the places you visited. Finally, one of the most powerful tools for maximizing your travel experience is gratitude. When you approach each day with a mindset of appreciation for the scenery, the people, the food, and even the little challenges, you'll find that every moment feels richer and more fulfilling. Traveling over 60 comes with its own set of advantages. You've got wisdom, patience, and a lifetime of experiences to draw from, which means you're better equipped to handle hiccups and savor the good stuff. Embrace the unexpected, laugh at the mishaps, and cherish the connections you make along the way. As we wrap up this section, I hope you're starting to see how easy it is to craft a travel itinerary that's both budget-friendly and brimming with joy. From soaking up local culture to savoring delicious meals and forging meaningful connections, every piece of the puzzle fits together to create something truly magical. But we're not done yet. In the final part of our journey, we'll tackle how to stay healthy, safe, and stress-free while traveling, and how to plan for future adventures so you never run out of places to explore. Stay tuned, because this last stretch is all about empowering you to keep living life to the fullest, one trip at a time. As we round out our conversation today, let's focus on two essential aspects of travel that often get overlooked, but are absolutely crucial: staying healthy and safe while you're on the road, and planning ahead so your adventures don't stop here. After all, traveling over 60 is about more than just seeing new places. It's about doing it in a way that feels good, keeps you secure, and leaves you excited to plan your next journey. Let's start with staying healthy, because as much as we'd like to think otherwise, feeling your best is key to enjoying every moment of your trip. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I have health concerns or limitations? That's completely valid, and honestly, it's something many travelers over 60 deal with. The good news is that with a little preparation, you can stay comfortable and healthy no matter where you go. First things first, before you even pack your bags, make sure you've had a chat with your doctor. They can help you assess any risks based on your destination and give you advice tailored to your specific needs. For example, they might recommend vaccinations, medications, or even exercises to keep you limber during long flights or car rides. Speaking of long journeys, let's talk about how to manage them without feeling wiped out. Sitting for extended periods can take a toll on anyone, but especially as we age. To combat stiffness and fatigue, try getting up and stretching every hour or so if you're on a plane or train. If you're driving, schedule regular breaks to walk around and move your body. Another tip, compression socks. Yes, they might not sound glamorous, but trust me, they work wonders for circulation and can prevent sore legs after a day of travel. Pair that with staying hydrated, even if it means drinking water instead of wine mid-flight, and eating light, nutritious snacks, and you'll arrive at your destination ready to hit the ground running. Once you're there, prioritize rest and listen to your body. Traveling doesn't mean you have to cram every minute of your day with activities. In fact, pacing yourself is one of the smartest things you can do. Build downtime into your itinerary, whether it's lounging by the pool, reading a book in a cozy cafe, or simply taking an afternoon nap. These moments of relaxation aren't wasted time. They're what allow you to fully enjoy everything else. And remember, it's okay to skip that sunrise hike if mornings aren't your thing. You're traveling for you, so design your days in a way that feels right. Now on to safety, a topic that's incredibly important but doesn't have to feel overwhelming. One of the easiest ways to stay safe is to blend in as much as possible. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about avoiding behaviors that might make you stand out as a tourist. For instance, wearing flashy jewelry or carrying expensive electronics can attract unwanted attention. Instead, dress modestly and practically and use anti-theft bags or money belts to keep your valuables secure. It's also wise to carry only what you need for the day, leaving passports, extra cash, and credit cards locked away in your accommodation. Another safety tip: share your plans with someone back home. Whether it's a family member, friend, or neighbor, having someone who knows your itinerary gives you peace of mind and ensures someone can check in if needed. Technology makes this easier than ever. Apps like WhatsApp or Google Maps let you share your location in real time, which is particularly helpful if you're exploring unfamiliar areas. And speaking of technology, consider downloading offline maps or translation apps to help navigate language barriers or spotty internet connections. Being prepared goes a long way toward feeling confident and secure. Of course, emergencies happen, even when you plan meticulously. That's why it's always a good idea to carry a small first aid kit with essentials like Band-Aids, pain relievers, and any prescription medications you may need. Additionally, research local hospitals or clinics near your destination ahead of time, just in case. Many countries also offer emergency numbers similar to 911, so jot those down or save them in your phone. A little forethought can turn a stressful situation into a manageable one. Now let's shift gears and talk about keeping the momentum going once you return home. One of the greatest joys of travel is dreaming about your next adventure, so why not start planning now? Creating a travel bucket list is a wonderful way to keep the excitement alive. Grab a notebook or open a digital document and jot down all the places you'd love to visit someday. Maybe it's a city you've read about, a national park you've seen photos of, or a cultural festival you'd love to experience. There's no wrong answer. It's your list, after all. To make this process even more fun, involve friends or family members in brainstorming ideas. Perhaps you could plan a group trip with other retirees or organize a multi-generational vacation with your kids or grandkids. Sharing the planning process adds another layer of connection and anticipation. And don't forget to revisit the strategies we've discussed throughout this video. Timing your trips wisely, using senior discounts, packing light, leveraging loyalty programs, and finding affordable accommodations and activities. With each new adventure, you'll become savvier and more confident in your ability to explore the world on your terms. Finally, let's talk about the emotional side of travel. Traveling over 60 isn't just about ticking destinations off a list. It's about creating memories, fostering relationships, and embracing the beauty of life at every stage. Every trip has its highs and lows, but it's the challenges that often teach us the most. Whether it's navigating a foreign bus system, trying a new food that pushes your boundaries, or striking up a conversation with a stranger, these experiences shape us and remind us how resilient we are. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Adventure doesn't end when you reach a certain age. It evolves. Your travels can be as vibrant, fulfilling, and inspiring as you choose to make them. By approaching each journey with curiosity, flexibility, and gratitude, you'll discover that the world is still full of wonder waiting to be explored. And remember, you don't have to figure it all out at once. Take it step by step, trip by trip, and enjoy the ride. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video has given you practical tips, inspiration, and confidence to embark on your next budget-friendly adventure. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone else who loves to travel or dreams of doing so. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content designed to enrich your life, whether you're planning your next big trip or simply looking for ways to make everyday moments special.